My name is Veena Iyer. I am an attorney at Nyland Johnson Lewis, where I practice labor and employment law. I focus on pay equity issues. In the last 2 years, there has been no area of the law that has been more active in states than pay equity. We've seen pay equity legislation come out of several states, including California, New York, Massachusetts, and Maryland, and we expect this trend to continue in 2019. For example, in January of this year, Oregon passed its own Equal Pay Act. The Oregon Equal Pay Act's provisions are quite similar to those of California and New York. But one particularly unique aspect of Oregon's statute is that it includes a safe harbor provision. That safe harbor provision allows employers to insulate themselves from liability, but only if they conduct a pay equity audit that conforms with Oregon's requirements. So, for those employers who have employees in Oregon, it's extremely important to conduct one of these audits to make sure that they are protected from liability. Colorado's legislature also just passed an Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. It's expected to be signed by the governor soon. Colorado's statute, like Oregon's, requires that employers pay equal pay for substantially similar work. It also provides a safe harbor provision for employers that conduct compliant pay equity audits. Notably, however, in Colorado, a pay equity audit must be conducted within 2 years of any lawsuit being filed for the safe harbor defense to apply. As a result, employers will need to conduct pay equity audits at least every 2 years in Colorado if they want to be able to avail themselves of the safe harbor. Additionally, Maine recently passed pay equity legislation. Maine statute includes a number of provisions that are similar to those of other states. Those include a prohibition on employers asking applicants about their prior salary history, which research has shown has a negative effect on pay equity for women. What's interesting, though, is that over the past year, we've also seen movement from cities that are now passing pay equity legislation, including the city of Cincinnati, that also, like Maine, prohibits employers from asking applicants about their salary history, but also says that employers cannot rely on information that is voluntarily disclosed by applicants in determining the individual salary. We expect state legislatures to continue to be active on these issues. In fact, Illinois, New Jersey, Washington, and New Hampshire are already considering legislation this year on pay equity. It's therefore incumbent on employers to make sure that they are on top of this legislation, that they're on top of their own pay equity practices, not only if they are in states that have adopted or are soon to adopt pay equity legislation, but frankly, if they're in any state because of the potential exposure under the federal Equal Pay Act.